Welcome to No One Asked, the podcast where we talk about things literally no one asked us about.
We're two friends, two realtors, and way too many opinions.
Life, real estate, and whatever chaos shows up.
No one asked, but we're saying it anyway. So we're going to ask each other some questions, just kind of randomly selected. And so let's just go get going. Go get going. That's what I said, because that worked.
All right. I'm kind of scared.
What's something about being a realtor that surprised you? Like nobody warned you about this?
There's a lot. There is a lot that surprised me about being a realtor. I think the biggest surprise was like how demanding it is. That, of course, we've talked about this. Like people say, like make your own schedule,
Right?
But you don't. You know, you're at everybody else's mercy for the scheduling, and you can overcome that and all that kind of stuff. But I think that was the biggest kind of shock. Was I thought I was just going to make my own hours and ha.
Oh, that's funny.
Joke's on me.
Yeah. All day long, because it absolutely does not work that way ever.
No.
Just when you think you have is when you are told you're wrong.
Yes. Got another one?
Yes. Okay. What do you think people assume about you that's actually wrong?
That I'm a snob.
That is true. No, I would say they're wrong if they think that.
Yeah. No, because I'm the type of person, like if I walk into a room, I'm going to just like assess it and take it in.
Yeah.
I'm not a social butterfly. I don't go from everybody. Like I will take it in and assess, and then I will start talking and stuff like that. But I'm kind of reserved when it comes. I'm a, what is it? I'm a intro extrovert. Is that what that is?
That's
I don't
a good
know.
description.
Because I am.
Yeah.
Because I can be very like outgoing, but I'm also very reserved at the same time.
This goes back to the whole thing, everything's a scam. Like Julie's going to assess the situation. She's going to map it out. She's going to know who she's going to talk to.
I'm going to know my exits.
She will know where the exits are, how to get there, how many people are between her and the exit, and what time it's time to leave.
Yep.
That would be the difference between us, because I'm all like, hey. So
that's the biggest misconception, is that I'm a snob.
Yeah, you definitely are not.
No.
And let's see here. What's a decision that you've made that people question, but you would make the same call again today?
Eloping. I eloped.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I knew that.
Yeah. We had a wedding planned. I got cold feet. We canceled it. And then 4 weeks later, we went to Henderson County Courthouse and eloped. And then we told my parents that we did it sitting at Hardee's.
Wow.
I know. It was scary times.
I bet.
For a
How'd your
little
dad
bit.
take it?
Oh, yeah, not too well.
I figured he wanted to walk you down the aisle, knowing your dad.
Yeah. So that's one thing that everybody was like, oh, you'll never make it, or I bet she's pregnant, all that kind of stuff. And back then that was like
a big deal.
Yeah. I'm like, haha, joke's on you.
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Okay.
I'm nervous about this. I'm not good on the spot.
I have the same question for you. What's something about being a realtor that surprised you, like nobody warned you about?
Well, you got to remember, I've been doing this since like dinosaurs.
Right. I was going to say dinosaurs.
I mean, yeah, seriously. Honestly, basic answer, how hard it was. You think you're going to go show the house, sell the house. You think you have all these friends and family that are going to use you. And of course, my close family did, extended family, no. But you had, especially I was young, I was 23. So you had to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so hard to sell that first house. It took me 6 months. Like a long time. And I think just that you don't just go show one and magically it sells. I think that was the biggest thing, is that how hard it was going to be to actually get started.
I remember when I was taking classes at MCC, my instructor said, your friends and family are not going to use you. It's going to be complete strangers. And I was like, whatever. And it's true. Like the people, like at first I got hurt when people didn't use me.
Well, that's something I tell new realtors all the time. You gotta have to get thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get your feelings hurt in this business, because it will happen.
Oh yeah.
And I warn them all that your friends and family are not going to be the first to use you, so don't be offended.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had several church members and extended family that have been great and supportive. But when you first get started, not everybody's looking.
Right.
So it just kind of came as a shock to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. You ready for question 2?
I guess.
What part of your real estate life has most shaped how you show up in your work?
Can I have a can I have a repeat on that? Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Would you like me to say it again?
Can I have
Will
that
you
used in a different sentence?
Questions for 500, Alex.
Thank you.
What part of your real estate life has most shaped how you show up in your work?
Well, I would say, and I don't know if this actually answers the question because it's kind of a difficult question, but I think just the drive and energy because with real estate, when you get in to the game, you either have to, if you say no, they're going to call someone else if it's not someone that you know well. And I feel like that has shaped everything from day one. When I got into real estate, I was a single mom, and if I didn't sell houses, I wasn't making money. So I feel like that's how I got started, and that's why I was always go, 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 and constantly working. That I still do the exact same thing I did, even though life has changed and
Mhm.
more comfortable. I still show up the same way. I still go when someone calls, even if I'm like, okay, they're not going to buy this. Yep, let me go.
Mhm. You
And
do. Like you have a great follow through with
well,
yeah, you do.
sometimes. I like to think I do, but, that's something that I've never lost is that
Mhm.
whenever you first get started, in order to build your business, you have to be available. You have to go. You have to show every house. And I have a very hard time not doing that now. And so I truly pretty much still do it all the
Mhm.
time.
What's something you're still working on about yourself even though you're successful?
Oh, how long is this supposed to be? Um, and this is not going to surprise anyone that knows me well, but organization in my life and home. Real estate I have down. I know what I'm doing. I can get everything that I need, but trying to get my life organized because we do work so much. I wasn't organized anyway, but still constantly working on trying to get that right setup at home and that right setup in the car or the office. Yeah, still definitely working on organization in my life. I
Well,
will probably do that till I
and our
die.
jobs change day to day. Like, we just had this conversation today. We were in my car and I had 2 signs in a lockbox. And I made the comment like, "Hey, I'm looking like your car," you
And
know?
I said, "Well, but if you're in my car, should you need anything,
You
you
are
can
well
find it.
equipped.
If you
You
need
are
a
well
change of
equipped.
clothes, if
Right.
you need,
A curling
a
iron.
compass,
I
I
mean, hey,
mean,
you got it.
whatever you need,
Yep.
it's there. Typewriter, possibly, who knows? But yeah, that's definitely the one thing that I'm still working on daily, every day.
But you're improving too. Like, you've got, like, all these ideas. Like, you were just telling me, like, how you've got your car organized with a bag with things in it, so
Yeah,
and
with other
it's
things as
always
well,
but
but
it is a daily struggle.
it is well, and if you think about it, if you see all those TikToks and realtor memes for the realtor gets out of the car and they have like 45 things that they're juggling and they're trying to shut the door, that is me every day as I go into the office or as I try to get out the car because there's always all the things you might need all these things.
Mhm. It's
All
true.
these things.
It's true.
Yes.
All right, I have some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's try it.
Okay. I'll text it out or talk it out.
Mostly text, honestly, unless it requires a lot of conversation, but almost always text.
Okay. Coffee order.
None.
Mhm.
I drink large unsweet iced tea.
Mhm. Can we go to Dunkin' to get a large unsweet tea? Yes, we
No,
can.
no sweetener.
Yep.
That's it.
Let's see. True or false? You care less about people's opinions now than you did 5 years ago.
I would say true for the most part. There's still some that it matters, but
Mhm.
depends on the topic, obviously, but true mostly. And just for the record, I can see that my daughter out of the corner of my eye who's making faces at this right now because she doesn't believe me. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions, and I'm actually going to write this one down because I never know.
Oh, no. My heart's
And I know
racing.
a lot, but this one, the coffee order, no idea.
Nothing too sugary. It just depends where I am.
Exactly. That's just
Mhm.
it. I can't just go get you a coffee and bring it to the
Mhm.
office because
Mm-mm.
I have no clue what you want.
Mm-mm. No. No. When in doubt, white mocha.
I'm actually literally writing that down. So now
I feel like I can never go wrong with that one.
so one word to describe your 20s.
Mom. Mother.
I was going to guess you would say that.
Yeah. I had my babies young. I
Okay.
even got asked if I was Brooklyn's sister the other day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
great.
look like her sister, but yeah.
You'll take it. I
Yeah.
would take it.
I
That'd be
had my
fine.
babies when I was young, and I don't regret that at all. Not at all.
Well, yeah, because you got to enjoy them. I had my children, my birth babies, 11 years apart. So I got to be a young mom and an older mom. So, and
Mhm.
that's kind of interesting as well.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't regret that either. It's hard to imagine it any different than you had it.
Right.
Okay. So, one thing you'll absolutely never apologize for anymore.
Saying no.
That's a hard one.
I have no problem saying no. None. It took me a while to get there, but I would say, I'm sorry, but I can't." Now I just say, "No."
You do.
I do. I do.
You do have that blunt
I
part of you that
do.
will say, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
And where I'm like, okay, well, yeah, see, I still do the other.
Mhm.
But no, you're very good at that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not to be mean or anything, but that's just like I have established my boundaries, and I know my limits, and I know what I need to, like, process and have downtime, and I know, like, if I'm being stretched too thin, I have no problem saying
We may
no.
need to circle back to the things I'm still working on with that answer because I would say that applies. I still have a very hard time, like we were talking about when people call, even though
Yeah,
you may have your something major going on, you're like, well, I think we can squeeze it in if you go here.
yeah,
And I know that has made my family crazy
yeah,
through the years for sure.
yep.
So,
So, well, that was fun.
yes. It sure was, and
It was a little
it
scary.
wasn't as bad as I was afraid of because I was like, "Oh, I never know how those answers are gonna come out."
Well, let's continue talking about us, our favorite subject.
Of course.
Um, so I'm gonna continue asking you. So tell me about your family dynamics because we're trying to establish a connection with everybody and let them get to know us outside of work.
Well, my family dynamics are very interesting. I have a big family. I have, 2 birth babies, and then I have, 5 others. So and I don't ever like to label them as anything else other
Right.
than my children.
Your children.
So, but I have children ranging from 17 to 30.
Hmm.
So we only have one at home. She's a senior in high school. That goes into that whole empty
Empty
nesting,
nest. Yeah.
getting real nervous about it. I have 5 grandchildren. You know, when you have a large family like that, everybody gets along pretty well for the most part. You know, we have big, loud, crazy Christmases and family get-togethers. Trying to coordinate family functions and work sometimes can be
It
a
can.
challenge,
Right.
and getting everybody who can come at the same time.
Right.
But we are, we are one big happy family as far as that goes. You know, we do enjoy getting to spend time with one
Yeah. You
another.
guys are close.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like my parents live here in town, I see them every we lunch together every Sunday after church. We do have a close family, but it is not what you would call the traditional family, I guess. But it's ours, and we love it.
Family's family.
Oh yeah, and my grandbabies are just a mess, and they're just adorable. And I never knew I even wanted to have grandkids, just to be 1,000% honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I love them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure by the time everyone's done having kids, we'll have a whole baseball team. So that's mine. But what about you? Tell us about your family dynamics?
So my family is not as large as yours,
Not many
but
people are.
no,
No,
no, but
two.
we are close. Married, and I have 2 girls, and they are each married. And my oldest had my first grandbaby. So I think she will be, not that I think, I know she will be 1 in May,
And
which
she's
is
so cute.
crazy. Crazy to think she's going to be 1 already. Um, and then my youngest graduated from WKU, and she's a teacher at Central. So, yeah, so sometimes when I go somewhere and they're like, "Is Miss Horton your daughter?" I'm like, "It depends. Do you like her, and is she nice?"
Hmm.
But no. But yeah, we two are close knit. Like we vacation. We take one big vacation every year. My parents still live here. My sister lives here, and I have twin nieces that are here. And then my husband's family, they're all from Indiana. So we don't really see them as often as we probably should. But so we're kind of spread out. And then the rest of my family they live in Illinois. You don't think I have a Kentucky accent?
Not like everybody
Oh,
else.
really?
Yeah, you still have a little bit of trace of that in there.
Really?
Yeah, my husband's family is from here, and he is related to a lot of people, and they're all great. Like we have a big time with any family function. Yeah.
Well, this has been fun.
Yep. Gives everybody a little bit more insight to our lives and, how we view some things. So, one thing that we talked about, but we haven't actually explained, is we have a lot of different topics in this little bowl that we are calling the rabbit hole. And we put a lot of topics in here, and we're just going to draw one of those out whenever we want to have a discussion.
Yeah, we're just going to just throw different ideas throughout the week. And when we come to record a podcast, we're just going to draw the fishbowl.
Rabbit hole.
Oh, shoot.
We worked so hard to name that. We're using it. Rabbit hole.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
we're going to draw.
We're going to draw from the rabbit hole.
We're going to go down the rabbit hole by drawing out of the fishbowl.
Yes, but we're not calling it a fishbowl.
No, it's a rabbit hole because we're going to go down into it.
Yes, and if you guys who are subscribers or listen, if you have any suggestions or something you want us to talk about, send us a message or comment, and we'll be happy to add that to our selection.
All right, till next time.
No one asked.
But we're saying it anyway.
Well, we said what we said.
We'll do it again next time.
No one asked.